Life is unfair. There's no question about it. It's safe to say that when you've done everything that you think is right, life happens and leaves you scratching your head and saying, what's the point of even trying? And that's exactly what the Florida State football team is saying. You may not even watch college football, but I'm sure you've heard about the uproar of the college football playoff and how devastating it was for Florida State to not make the Final Four teams. As a Texas alumni and die-hard fan of my Longhorns, I honestly feel bad for the Seminoles. So in this video, I'm going to specifically talk about what happened and tie in a few Bible verses that speaks on the unfairness of life. Now, Florida State went undefeated the entire season. They're conference champs of the ACC and were ranked number 4 before the committee penalized them due to their starting quarterback being injured. This is unfortunate, but there's absolutely nothing that can be done about this. Now, with this being said, let's hear what Florida State's head football coach had to say about what took place.
I was just hurt for our players. I mean, to be honest with you, that was, it's one of the tougher moments that I've had to experience, and just for all that they've done. You talk to a team about responding to adversity, getting up and going to give all that you can to be able to find a way to win a college football game. And like Coach Smart said, it is hard. I mean, it's hard to do. It's hard to especially when you face some of the adversities that we've had here this year, whether it's injury or just different things to overcome. But it's all part of it. And, as we tell our team all the time, your truest identity shows up in times of great adversity. And we faced it.
Now, what I'm about to say will not immediately make the pain go away for fans and the FSU players, but I hope it brings some sort of comfort in the midst of their pain. You see, what the CFP committee did is a microcosm of life. As humans, we are surrounded by unfairness and pain. We see those who flaunt the law yet get away with it scot-free, and we see others who are innocent yet are punished unjustly. King Solomon put it clearly in Ephesians 9:11 when he said, "The race is not to the swift or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise or wealth to the brilliant or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen them all." So why is life so unfair, you may ask? It's because we live in a fallen world occupied by sinful people like you and I. Again, let's focus in on the CFP committee. Each and every person on this panel is flawed, and the system that generates the top 4 teams who make it to the playoff is imperfect. There's biases baked in the decisions that are made on and off the football field. When people are selfish, impatient, or greedy, then they tend to act in ways that secure an advantage for themselves, with no thought of others. As a result, people are treated unfairly. Jesus told the story in the Bible about the unjust judge. This judge neither feared God nor cared what people thought. That can be found in Luke 18:2. His rulings were not based on justice or anyone's best interests except his own. He was a wicked judge, and Jesus called him unjust. That's in verse 6. When unfair people are in positions of power, then life is unfair for the multitudes. I'm not saying that the individuals who make up the CFP committee are corrupt and working under a satanic influence, but leaving things up to a sinful, carnal man has always been a recipe for disaster. And that's why Jesus Christ died for the sins of the world. He died for your sins and my sins. I've experienced disappointment over the years, and when I look back over my life, the only thing that got me through was the power and grace of God. And I know that he will get the players of FSU through these challenging times. At the end of the day, it's football. When it's all said and done, sports will not matter. What will matter is whether you'll spend eternity in hell or forever in heaven with the Lord. Again, it doesn't take away the pain and disappointment, but for everyone who sees this video, I pray that you experience the peace and comfort that only the Lord can bring. Life is unfair when it appears that you're doing everything right. To all of the players, coaches, and fans of Florida State, keep pushing forward and realize your best days are yet to come. With that being said, hook 'em horns.